Chatting with the management now. Our first guest on the show is Welspun India. The company's delivered a good set of first quarter numbers. The revenue growth has come in quite strong at 12%. The margin has also expanded because, we did see lower cotton prices come through this time around. So we have Dipali, Goenka, CEO and MD of Welspun India joining us now. Dipali, thanks a lot for joining us today to discuss the numbers. I want to begin by asking you about the growth because even in a quarter which is, typically not your strongest, you have managed to do 12%. The festive season, of course, is in the second half, and I know your guidance for the full year was at 10 to 12%. Does that mean you would want to revise this upwards now?
No, we'll maintain the guidance actually, and we feel that the half one definitely is going to be an upside as the world prepares for the holiday season, the Black Friday, Christmas coming along. So yes, I mean, our exports look good. And I mean, you would have seen the US numbers coming in as well. The inflation is down 3% and retail has shown resilience of around 1.4%. So definitely the core business and the exports look strong for us. Half two, however, I will again maintain the cautiously optimistic outlook here. I must actually talk about our emerging businesses and specifically flooring, which has actually shown a growth of 33% year on year and an EBITDA of 8%. This also is coming owing to the China Plus One. And there's a huge opportunity in the soft flooring and hard flooring and an opportunity for us to indigenize the complete supply chain, which will also impact our turnaround time and a working capital exposure here. And I must also add on the domestic business, which remained a little flat this quarter, but has been positive EBITDA. So it's the first time that a retail business has shown a positive EBITDA as well. So yes, that's where we are today.
Dipali, so just getting some numbers out of the way, your FY24 top line guidance of 10 to 12% stays. EBITDA margin guidance of 15% is also maintained, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's
what
something
about the debt?
On guidance. Yeah.
Okay. What about the debt? Your debt guidance was to bring down your net debt to sub 1,000 crore rupees by the end of FY24. But in the current quarter, your debt has gone up from 1,500 crore to about 1,800 crore. Explain that quarterly jump, and do you maintain your debt guidance?
So our debt guidance remains at 1,000 crores. And I think this time has been an aberration. And it is an aberration owing to two things here. If you know, we had an onslaught of Biparjoy in one of our facilities in Anjar. So we actually had an exposure of higher working capital because dispatches happened later and then, the realizations couldn't happen. Secondly is because of the buyback, which actually happened. The management took a call to do it in July, and hence that was something that, impacted our net debt. But yes, we are committed to the numbers that we are going to maintain at 1,000 crores, of course.
Okay, so that's the estimation on debt and on margins. Let me talk about some of the newer businesses, Dipali, that you also mentioned, flooring, for instance, which has done really well, right? Fourth quarter, I think you're already at 225 crores in terms of revenue. So what's the game plan here in terms of contribution? If we simply spread this out over the next coming 3 quarters, and would 1,000 crores say be an ideal target, or could you do better than that for this business this year?
We've committed around over 1,000 crores for flooring, and we'll be completely at that because, the exports have seen quite, because of the China Plus One is a great opportunity for Welspun because it's one of the most automated, modern plants this part of the world. And that actually gives us a huge opportunity for flooring, for soft flooring and for hard flooring. Our domestic market itself has grown at 24%. So I think it's across United States of America, UK, where we got some hospitality upside, GCC, Australia as well for hospitality. So yes, I think that's where we are seeing a huge upside as well coming in.
And just to understand, what will be a sustainable margin profile for this business? Because I think you're close to 8% margin on flooring right now. The previous quarter it was 4%. So, I mean, since it's a newer business, we're just trying to understand what will be the margin profile of this compared with home textiles, which obviously that's where you're really confident of 15% margin, right?
So I think we always commit to deliver a, kind of a consolidated margin at WIL, and I think that's what we will maintain. However, our flooring will continue to grow in the terms of top line and as well as the EBITDA. We will talk as we go forward on this as well.
Okay, got that. How much would you like this to contribute to your revenue in, say, 5 years? Just the flooring segment?
This will become, I'm very confident. If I look at WIL and Welspun India's numbers by 2026, we are looking at 15,000 crores, and the emerging businesses contributing over 30% of that business. And I feel with the kind of upside that we're seeing in this flooring business, it could even be more as well.
I'm just talking about cotton prices, since it affects your textile business. Have they continued to trend lower even in Q2 in the month of July? Could you give us the trend on raw materials?
Yes. Cotton has gone a little low, around say 56 to 58,000 candy, because because of the kind of inflow of cotton that has come in. However, as we go forward, we look at the cotton prices to be around 59.60. That's where we see the cotton prices to be. Must tell you, the 3 Cs, which were an onslaught for us last year, that was cotton, container, and coal, all have come down considerably, and definitely that's going to be the flavor this year.
Okay, that's good to hear, Dipali. Thank you very much for joining in, and we promise to have a longer chat. More on the newer business, also on the bread and butter, the textile business, which is also fired away this time around for you. Thank you for joining in, and have a good day. We'll take a quick